Hey folks, Fat Guy Flies RC coming to you from the Avon Park Aero Modelers Club. We're going to be in the field. We're going to be doing the maiden flight on the KAVAN Bristell 23 in the blue. I bought it from FPV Builds and Tech up in New York, and they gave me a 10% discount on it for a review, and he made it very clear. He said, he goes, you can tell him I gave him a 10% discount, but I obviously didn't give you the plane. He said, but I want an honest, straightforward review. If the plane's got issues, say what the issues are. If the plane does great, show what it does great. He goes, I only appreciate honest reviews. I said, well, that's the only way I operate anyways, because if I don't have integrity, people aren't going to watch me, and so what's the point of having the channel? So there you go, folks. We're going to take this up. I got it all set up. Hopefully you watched the unbox and build and radios video. I read a little more about it. I probably could have done a little more with the control box and used their setup, but I'll be honest, I really didn't understand it at the time. So I bypassed the control board, and I'm only using the control board for the rudder and the lights. Other than that, everything's being controlled through my AR631. I've already done the range test at home. She did fine. We're going to take her up, timer set for 5 minutes. I'm running a 3300 Sokokin 4S, and which is the large. The plane called for a 2600 to a 3300, so we're doing the farthest one forward and doing the maiden flight. Wind is kind of out of the southwest, so I'm going to have to approach from that corner and then circle in towards the runway, but it's not bad. I've definitely flown in much worse. All right, my rates are 100% throws over 30% exfil right now, and I'm going to take off in the manual mode, and then we'll do a AS3X, and I'll see how I can fly in safe for the first time. All right, right, left, up, down, right, left. Let's get turned around here. Let me get behind camera, Precious. Should fly very similar to the E-flite. Oh, let me kill that beep real quick. That's going to drive me nuts. Hold on just a second. Right, left, up, down, right, left. Always nervous on a maiden. Into the wind, so I really don't need flaps. All right. Like I said, needs a little bit of right aileron. I'm in manual mode, so I don't have any kind of stabilization or anything right now, because I want to see how she's flying. Okay, definitely needs some down elevator. There we go. All right. I know I'm up high, but I'm trying to get her trimmed out. All right. Seems like she's flying pretty good now. As you can see, we got a storm coming, so that bright white wings and blue is showing up pretty good right now. All right, I think I got her trimmed out, so now we can switch to AS3X and see if she doesn't fly a little bit better. Now I got the wind mitigation in there. It'll be a very easy plane to fly. Very much like the Cirrus SR22T. Very much like that. All right.
Time remaining 4 minutes.
A little bit of back pressure there. Still think I need a little bit of up elevator still. All right. All right, go ahead and install her. Hold up, hold up, hold up. Okay, she just slumps right on over. Huh. It's really windy up there. All right.
Time remaining 3 minutes.
All right. Go ahead and get her landed. She carries her weight pretty good. We're going to turn around. A little more up elevator. All right, definitely slows down okay. Let's do something you shouldn't do. Take off with the wind. All right, with the wind, just to see how she reacts. I gotta know what she does and how she handles. There we go. All right, very predictable. All right, here's full speed into the wind. All right, now ease up a little bit. We'll bring her back full speed with the wind. Definitely not a slouch. All right. See what kind of inverted flight is. Not bad. Not bad at all. All right.
Landing flaps.
Okay. We're going to do flaps. Going to try to land with the wind. Well, no, I got way too much. All right. Landing flaps, I haven't noticed any need for a elevator to flap mix. Whoa, that's not good. All right.
Flaps up.
But I want to see how she reacted. All right, let's get turned around here. We're going to take off in half of the space needed. And we're going to use takeoff flaps. So, not really need them, but I just want to see how she reacts. Oh yeah.
Flaps up.
She lifted off just as pretty as you please. As you can see, the wind is really...
1 minute.
All right, there's a knife edge. Oh man, what a great flying plane. I might have to look into more of these KAVAN models. This is a nice plane. Very well put together. Seem like very quality parts. Just gliding in. All right. right, set her down. Got enough for one more takeoff. Like I said, I had my timer set for 5 minutes. We're going to try and take off again. This time, no takeoff flaps. I'm into the wind, so I don't really need it. Now I know how she reacts. Oh man. Knife edge away.
seconds.
There. Inverted flight, no problem. Bring her right by us here. Get a good look at her. She flies by.
Seconds.
Oh, let's get her turned around here.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
In the wind, I'm going to cross runway land and bring her right at me, at my direction, and then towards that, right before I touch down, I'm going to turn it back towards the runway a little bit.
2.
All right, not a very good landing. Let me check the battery and see what kind of juice we have left. And if we can go up one more time to redeem myself, we will. All right.
Prop secured.
2 seconds left on a 5-minute timer. Okay. Oh gosh, I'm all hooked up. All hooked up. Battery slightly warm. 38%. I'm going to do one more takeoff. One more takeoff and landing. One more takeoff and landing. We're going to take it easy though. Oh, this is where I'm letting pride dictate my actions, which I know I shouldn't.
Motors armed.
Okay. Here we go. Oh yeah. Now that's what I wanted. Good looking airplane.
Prop secured.
All right, let's go over the features. Now, you have flaps. That's takeoff flaps. Landing flaps.
Flaps up.
I'm in my high rates, which are 100% throws or 30% expo on everything. That's ailerons, elevator, and rudder. Okay. The flap settings that I just showed you, let me share what they are. And like I said, I didn't notice any ballooning or diving. So I'll just tell you, or I'll let you see on the camera. Okay. As you can see, okay, we got 50%, I think it's 50%, 50% down for takeoff flaps, 100%, okay, it's 50% positive for takeoff, 100%, okay, 50% positive for takeoff and 100% positive for landing with no elevator to flat mix needed. So there you go. I was going to do a safe demonstration, but I'm out of battery now. So, and besides, it's really starting to get windy, and that's going to not give a safe demonstration justice. So, as far as the features of the plane goes, prop is off. You have lights here, nav light and the blinking strobe, the red nav and the blinking strobe, and then you've got the landing lights in the wing. So you got basically a total of 6 lights. You got this antenna has a very strong base, but the very end of the van is very, very flexible. This antenna is actually wire. This antenna is wire. And this little antenna here is a hard plastic piece that goes in. The gear is got just enough give. Aluminum gear, but it looks like, you know, I had a couple of questionable landings. This one looks like maybe it bent out just a touch, but that's an easy fix. The build was very simple to do. This is another nice touch of this plane. It's just amazing. As you notice how you got this long body, right? So when you're taking off, that tail's going to go down. Well, they got this little plastic roller right there. I just little touches like that. Places where you have wear and tear on a plane, on a foam plane, they've put foam in. They put hard plastic in. The foam itself has a very nice sheen to it. You can see the cells, but you certainly can't feel them. And CG is 75 to 85 millimeters back. If you want to check it from the leading edge, from the front here on top, you see these squares here, and it's just below the squares, just below these squares. And to give you a reference underneath, if you look for these little mark here, this is the CG, 75 to 85 back. To give you a landmark, there's a little cutout here. We can see the spar right behind that cutout. Now I'm going to try to check this in the wind, but she CG's pretty good right there. To show you my setup inside, now here's something I don't like. Honey, why don't you come here? The hatch pops in and a pressure fit. I wish that it had a sliding mechanism here to pin in to hold that in, but that's okay. That's okay. This is just a sticker. This is not carbon fiber. I'm running a 3300 ADC Sokokin 4S. You have a 50 amp KAVAN ESC with an SBEC or EBEC or whatever you want to call it. SBEC. These servos, I think they're plastic, but they seem like very good quality servos. And back here is the AR631 with the antenna just going back here. Now here's something I really want you to see. If you go to the Bristol Aircraft website and look at this actual full-size aircraft, this instrumentation panel that you can see in there, however way you need to turn it, that's actually how their instrumentation panel looks inside the real aircraft. I mean, they have mimicked that to the T. Maybe you can get a shot in there.
Yeah.
And, you know, I wish we had a pilot, but I'm not going to dare open this up and put a pilot in there. And just, I mean, the attention to detail. I was going to put a clear coat on here, but it's so shiny, it doesn't really need it. Just a good, I'm very, very impressed. It's a 10x6 prop. I didn't mention that. And something I didn't mention in the, look at me please. Something I started to say, and if you watch my channel long enough, you'll know that I start thoughts and I don't finish them. I'm like a squirrel with a shiny object. I get easily distracted. But when I was unboxing it, there was an envelope that said, thank you to the FPV Build Tech family. And it was signed by, I think, Kristen and, but anyways, the owners of the family. And then in that envelope with little FPV stickers for their company to put on your box or whatever. And you know, and it was handwritten. I mean, obviously they used a pen. A little touch like that goes a long way. Motion RC learned that because they, on their receipt, the packing list, they'll actually put a handwritten note, thank you so much for your purchase or whatever. Things like that, people don't realize how much impact that real low-tech, simple gesture has a lot of impact. And we are going to have to probably pack it up because we got lightning and a storm coming, or we'll try to time it. All right, well, anyways, folks. Oh, you know what? We didn't test the battery after all is said and done. I know I tested before and I was at 38%. Let's see where it's at now that I took it up and landed again. 35%, so barely even used it to take it up. And you hear that clap? And I flew for basically 5 minutes and about 15 seconds. So you could probably get a good 6 minutes on flying if you take it easy. Now I had a full throttle a lot of time just to test it, a lot of takeoffs and stuff, but set your timer for 5.5 minutes, fly the way you want, and you shouldn't have any issue at all. Well, folks, I think this is a little more money than the SR-22T or Cirrus from E-flite, but I think it's a better quality aircraft. I really do. Put an AR-631 or a receiver of your choice in there, something with some stabilization, because she's very light, so the wind is going to have its way with it. But yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. Folks, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And this is Fat Guy Flies RC saying, FPV Builds and Tech, thank you. This is a great plane. Come on, you got a really nice plane here. Thunder, hold off. Bye, y'all.